And markets analyst and Newsmax contributor Seth Denson and America's accountant Professor Dan Geltrude. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning, Alison.
All right, let's start with the markets. Seth, Monday's tomorrow. Can you give us a prediction for this week? What do you think?
Well, it's a little bit of a short week this week, right? Where the markets will be closed tomorrow. A lot of earnings coming in this week, so I'm anxious to see what comes of that. I'm not really bullish on this week. I'm probably holding. I'm not bear either, but I'm going to watch and wait and see. I'm not putting a lot of money in the market. I'm just going to hold my positions.
Okay, Dan, what about you?
I think we're going to have some choppy waters this coming week. And you know what really bothers me is that you could have companies with really strong performance, financial performance, and yet they'll take a hit in the value of their stock based upon the news cycle. So I would say let's see what the news cycle has for us for this week and see how it plays out.
That's the million-dollar question. Those darn news outlets, right? All right, let's talk about Netflix. The streaming giant is raising their prices. They are raising each plan $1 to $2. This comes just a few months after Hulu did the same thing. Seth, you think this is another example of inflation? Because look, so many people subscribe to Netflix. I wonder if that's going to even have people unsubscribe.
Alison, this isn't inflation. This is competition, right? So Netflix in second quarter last year, I think, announced that in their earnings report, they lost over 400,000 users. And so I think as things do open up, as people get tired of just being in their house, there's a lot of competition. Everybody's got a streaming service now, right? Everybody should be watching Newsmax, though, where it's free on their streaming service. But nonetheless, listen, their stock is down, or it's up 4% over the last year, but that's down 25% over the last quarter. So investors liked on Friday when this announcement came out. This is just be natural ebbs and flow. I think Netflix is going to be able to hold their position. This is good news for them. They need it to offset these losing users.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, FedEx proposed an infrared laser system they want to outfit on their planes. This will allow their pilots to fly over dangerous air zones without being in danger of missiles shooting them down. Now, the FAA is currently considering the proposal. What are your thoughts about shipping companies having to arm themselves? This isn't something that I ever could have imagined myself.
Well, it's a sad commentary on the state of the world where you have cargo planes that really need to have this type of equipment on it, but I can't blame them. Look, it's not about protecting the packages they're trying to deliver. You have real humans manning these planes, and we need to keep everyone safe. So I would hope that this would be approved. I think it's something, as I said, the sad commentary on the state of the world, that probably all planes should have something like this in order to protect its passengers. It is disturbing, but unfortunately, it's probably necessary, Allie.
Yeah, the times we live in, right? Seth, Walgreens is having to limit their store hours and even temporarily close locations due to staffing shortages and COVID issues. Look, they've said that they're trying their best to keep their doors open, but, you know, we're seeing this not just with Walgreens, right? We're seeing this across the country with small businesses. How do you think this affects communities?
Oh, it's going to affect them greatly. And listen, I was visiting with some friends last night. We were talking about it. She's a teacher, and she was saying that she's hearing from young people coming up now that this is new expectation of the world to come is that, oh, well, I'm not going to be working out in the world. I'm going to work at home. That's what's going to happen. And I think we've set that tone over the last 2 years. We've told people, oh, you can work from home. And as a result, these retail shops, regardless of whether it's a fast food joint, clothing store, Walgreens, they're going to struggle in the years to come to try to keep their doors open as more and more people decide, hey, I don't want to go out into the workforce, at least outside of my four walls.
Yeah, no, you've got a great point. And finally, Prince's house has been given an incredible value of $156.4 million. Dan, I don't know if you're a fan of Prince, but would you bid on his estate?
Well, I am a fan of Prince's, but this is probably a little out of my price range. I'm an accountant, so you got to operate within your budget. But let me say this, though, about Prince, which is very interesting. Prince died without a will. So there's been a lot of chaos related to his assets, his estate. So, you know, whether his home is worth that kind of money, I don't know. But, you know, someone who has the money, perhaps Seth, will get into that bidding and fork up the money.
Hey, I bet you Seth has some vinyl records of Prince, but we got to leave it there. Thank you so much, Seth Denson, Dan Geltrude. It's so great to have you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Allie.
Take care.